Hey y'all, this is your girl, Goddess Truth with Storytime, honey. With Storytime, you're gonna get an authentic story from me. And each day for me is an epiphany. It's an amazing journey. Why? Because God is amazing. And if you know your girl, Goddess Truth, then you'll know that she loves to be. I'm gonna give y'all the word. I can't think of what's the correct word. Starts with the S. I think I can spell it. Sapio. I think no, I can't spell it. But anyway, I'm in love with brains. So that's first. That's why you're dealing with a woman who's telling you the truth. She's not going to. She's not biased. It's not a biased standpoint. It is a standpoint from a scientific perspective. I've always wanted to know what made the world go round, what caused what. So when I give a story, I'm giving you what brought me to where I am today and how I'm able to have a PhD in people and also a PhD in God. Anybody that you meet that knows me, they will let you know. That's what I've been saying before I got to this point. I'm just a different type of scientist. Anyway, with that being said, honey, you want a real story? I'm going to give you what I learned from it and what brought me to this point. And if you are okay with that, then kick it with your girl. If not, you know what to do. Kick a rock. And with that being said, honey, listen. Okay. This was, I call this story Over State Line. And I say that because I literally went over state line. Follow your girl. So it went like this. I met this young lady and we stayed in the same community. Actually, it was a trailer park. That's before I got older, didn't know. Anyway, get into the story. So anyway, I didn't know much. I was about 21, 22, and I met this young girl, but I thought she was a teenager. I'm not a teenager. I thought she was at least an adult. I was a young adult, but I figured she was a younger adult as well, 18, 19. Anyway, so we would carry on to conversate, and she would come over to the house, and I said I was a young mother. I don't know if I said that. Well, if not, then God's truth is a young mother, honey. Listen, that's why whomever said you're so wise. That's not my first time hearing that. That's my lifestyle. That's why I could tell you what's your lifestyle. And with that being said, honey, listen. That's where that PhD and people come in at. Because I know a rebellious soul runs. When you want to know something, knowledge is God, and God is knowledge. God is love, and love is God. You can twist it, spin it, screw it, rip it, however you want to. But what you cannot do is you're not going to overshadow my power that I have with God, and that's my mind. My body is weary. I have brain fog. I say a lot I know that I'm in a bad place because I tell you something, and a lot of times I'm not able to tell the story correctly. And the reason for that is because of the brain fog. That's inflammation on my brain. It's a lot of things that I do that causes harm to myself, but nobody's there to help me with that but our Father God and our Savior Christ Jesus and the angels. And I'm not going to dumb them down. I don't care about no atheists. I already know what type of mind you got. You got the devil juice mind. I don't care whomever is not you just like you want somebody, you want me to call you dumbass. This is why he told me I was allowed to call you names, because you have the audacity to want somebody to respect you. You have the audacity to want somebody to love you, but you won't do that with him. You want somebody to respect you and put some respect on your name. Well, in Jesus' name, I'm going to need you to do the same thing. And with that being said, honey, follow your girl. So, honey, it was a truck. Everything was splendid, honey. I'm going on, living my little, hanging out with them. Well, at first it was just the girl. And mind you, I'm thinking she's a young adult. Or at least in high school. I think she was probably in high school, 11th, 12th grade. So that's what I assume, and we know what assuming does. But anyway, I'll tell you what that does later. So anyway, we were carrying on, and as I got to know her, she got friendlier, so I started going to her house. And if you know anything about God is truth, you don't have to ask a question. I'll come to you with a question, and so I can show you where you're not, or where you should be. And and as far as your life goes with the person that you're dealing with, I don't have to live in your household to know what's going on with you. All you got to do is tell me a story. Yeah, PhD in people. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so anyway, moving right along. So I started going over to her house and not knowing. Well, this is what I was getting ready to say. I don't partake in everybody's company. I'm very, very finicky when it comes to. I'm open minded. I love everyone. I speak to everyone. I speak with the utmost respect, but I give you what you give me. I feel energy. I feel vibes. I can feel that shit. So, with that being said, before you open your mouth, if you coming crazy, I can hear it. So, you're going to get crazy. Crazy is what crazy does. So, that's where your girl come from with the God is truth. Because I'm just going to tell you what your energy does. Everybody want to talk about a vibe. Everybody want to talk about energy. But you really sound like frivolously speaking, because you're not putting anything to it. And I'm not, I'm coming for anybody, because I come with a king. And I'm only saying what I was told to say. So you get what you need to do, and I'm going to do what I need to do. With that being said, thank you, Jesus. God is good. Moving right along. So I get over to the girl house, and I'm kicking it with her mother. Her mother is a hot girl, and what I learned from her mother, she was always leaving. So now I know why the little girl always was coming over. I didn't know she was a little girl though. So, but now I know why the girl was coming over to my house all the time. You got to remember, I don't kick it with everybody, but it's always somebody that's going to slide in through the cracks, and I'll get to that as well. So anyway, as I continue to, become more friendly with them, I realized that her mother had a guy friend, and her mother was always gone. She was either working or she was with this guy. So that's why the little girl was all come to find out she was a little girl. And even though you have to know your place as a human, we're all battered children from the day we were born, from the day that the seed was planted. Okay, it goes way back. You have to go a little deeper and not be a surface dweller. You want to go deep, and if you don't go deep, you're either scared, or you don't know, or you don't care. Which one are you? And with that being said, honey, follow your girl. Honey, listen. So, as I was saying, I realized, and you have to know where I was raised. We are all raised different, and people always thought we were raised with a silver spoon in our mouth, but I beg to differ. But that's what they assume because of how we speak. And I mean, I have a few people like myself that are pretty like-minded, me and my siblings. Being in the home of a schizophrenic parent, it will allow you to see a lot of stuff. So you get wisdom. Just thank God for your wisdom. If you have it, if you are able to learn, if you are able to pick up, I promise you, each and every day is a blessing, it's a miracle, because it gets you closer to Him. I'm doing everything, as you all know, when it comes to defying the laws of physics on this earth, and that is talking about God. And that's fine by me. You have to be who you are and stand in who you are and be okay with who you are. And you can't bag me down from who I am. You can beat the shit out of me. You can do whatever's clever. I will always have the last laugh, because I have someone named God and His Son Jesus, and they told me I can come into the heavens. Did you get that? Anyway, follow your girl. Honey, listen. So I learned from her mother that her mother was a hot girl and dick was more important than her daughter. So that's why I know when you're a useless ass mother. So anyway, continue to follow your girl. That's why I say truth hurts. Why does truth hurt? Don't let people slang words around you and not put anything into these words, because truth does hurt, darling. And if you don't, and if you do chase more dick than you do your child, then you are useless. And that's why you can't kick it into the heavens. Follow your girl. It's story time. Honey, listen. So, anyway, I was so appalled, but I didn't say anything. I'm very quiet. I'm just a studier. That's why I tell you I go into the laboratory, and then going into the laboratory is getting with your father, the one who can answer all when you can't answer nothing. I am an Aquarius, the sign of I know. We are in the age of Aquarius, honey. Let me give you a prophetic word, or whatever they call that stuff they be saying, child. Honey, look it up, figure it out. Find out what you're going through. You are going to act in the manner of an Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius, honey. Truth, 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 truth. Philosophy, philosophy, philosophy. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. I'm stubborn. You're not gonna make me go against. You're not gonna make me go against God. Of course, He wouldn't use you. He couldn't use you. Why? Because you won't say what I'm saying, or would you? If you was, you would be saying it. Now, would you? Follow your girl, honey. Listen. Anyway, so as we partake in our relationship and we've carried on and started getting closer, I learned that her mother, not only was she a hot girl, but I knew that everything came with a price from her, because that's what she taught me. You don't give Kitty up unless you get even some money from it. And from there, she would go on and, let me know that things came with a price. I was a young adult, so I learned a whole lot. She was about 35, 36 or whatnot. So I'm always addicted. I'm Aquarius. Look me up. I'm going to be, what was God? Where was Jesus about his business at 12? Yes, that's your girl. I knew half of the stuff that you know now at 10. Follow your girl. Honey, listen. Anyway. So, we got so close, I didn't even think, I knew we got to the point that we were so close, I found out the little girl was now a little girl and not a teenager. And she was nothing but 13 or 14 years old, but she had a body of a 18, 19-year-old. And she carried on that way, but because she, her mother and her were half the age. So they grew up together, you would say. So it all started making more sense and whatnot. So anyway, her and I started kicking it, and I guess she would go, anybody that knows me, oh, she's so sweet. I've been called angels numerous of times, wise numerous of times. You can't build me up, honey, I promise you. God had to get somebody that was strong enough to not go for everything, You'll fall for it all, because you won't stand up for nothing. That's obvious. Look at you. Honey, listen. Look around you. Look around you, honey. You had to get someone that just had just enough sense to tell it. You can't tell a story for God. He's everything. How you going to tell him what he going to do? So, honey, listen. Shit. Anyway, so, and I believe that. You don't teach me about no affirmations, and then don't sit up here and tell me you using my homeboy. You don't sit up there and call him no Mother Nature. He's God. He sits outside of this. No space, no time. He's not in. You don't even know that we're so stupid. He sees us as right now, and guess how long we've been going all these years. That's how slow we are. The devil make a fool out of you. So I don't want to hear anything from a dumbass. I know what dumbasses do. They don't say much. They sit around and they always got something negative to say. That's devil juice. You don't tell me that it's different. God is of good. He's not an author of confusion. How do you say that you know God but you don't know him when everything that is negative is the devil? But because it happened to you, it's God. No, sweetheart, God turns his back on his children who don't want to listen. Honey, listen. Honey, listen. Yeah, honey, listen. You think that I sit back and plot everything that I do. No, it's not premeditated, because that's not life. Everything that I do is freestyle. I have one person to come and I give her what I'm going to say, and she puts it in, I don't know what I'm going to say, but my subjects, and she keeps me on the straight and narrow. And as I sit here now, I look away from that, because if you don't hear in my voice that I don't have to breathe, because you don't know God. Hey, listen, he's not a game. But you thought it was play? He can't use nobody that's not usable. But you thought the word was used, and it only applies for, we used up all the food, we used up all the gas, we used up all the drink, or we used up all the dish detergent, or whatever. No, baby, we used you up. The devil is using you up. If you and tricking you out of heaven and thinking that he can be rude and treat people any kind of way. And if you think that's your life, if that's your lifestyle, then I assure you heaven will not be where I'm going, because you don't have like mind like me. So it's just, honey, listen, sit back, follow your girl. So we got so close, we went to somewhere in the Carolinas. I have bad memory, but I remember I don't sweat the small stuff because my head had to keep up with the big stuff. I'm going to always shoot daggers. He told me I could. Anyway, yeah, honey, listen, follow your girl. Anyway, I mean, this is only going to hurt those that it's supposed to hurt, and somebody else is going to laugh. And if you laugh, that's because your heart is open. Your mind is open. You're awake. You see truth and you understand truth. So that's why I say I got a PhD in people, so I don't have to go and sit up there and do all that writing for some regular person. When I do it for the Lord, I don't have to. It's not even written, bruh. It's just in my heart. It's in my mind. It's a freestyle. Don't you hear it? No, you can't hear it, honey. Listen. Only just a few can. So, honey, listen. Follow your girl. So, child, we get beyond state line, honey. And you know the word bitch and asshole and dummy and jackass. Well, that's what this girl was. You would consider her to be this because she got me there. And I didn't know that the ambience was horrible. The vibes were crazy. It didn't feel good. Her dad had just died. We get up there to her home. And the whole time I known them, they never spoke about these people. And I think they might have spoke about them maybe once. I'm not sure. But I do know when I got there, I learned she had a son, and her son was older, was 16, 17, I'm not sure. And you know how those people, I don't know if you know anything about Aquariuses, or I can relate to you with, if you want to go the zodiac way, or you can go the route from a non-zodiac way. So let's do that. You know how how you're not able to see who likes you, and then for the people who know Aquarius, is they can read everything, but they can't. Then I'm Virgo, so they can't see the trees for the forest. Yeah, so that's my rising. So I don't see who likes me, but I see who likes you, and I see who likes who you like. But at times, that's the truth. People can see you better than you can see yourself. So that's facts. That's true. Your girl been in the laboratory. She's analyzed that. She can put her stamp on that because God says it's true. Yes. With that being said, honey, follow your girl. Honey, listen. So I didn't see that her son liked me, but she did. She didn't have a relationship with him, and I did not know that she didn't have a relationship with him. But he sat there and he just partaked in your girl's company, and he sucked it up. And he sucked it up. Why? Because I am strong enough to get garbage dumped on me. I'm your girl. I can take your garbage. Yeah, you can say, I'm not doing well, my mom. Right, them tears up. We finna pray about it, bro. If your friend ain't praying for you, you got a nobody. I'm just telling you. I'm just being honest with you. I'm sorry you want to make these people out to be wonderful, but they're not God. And they're not Jesus. And they're not the angels. And these people are on an everyday job all day because some people don't want to make up their minds. They cannot decipher what they want for themselves. They're trying to make home in a place of journey, a place of time and error, a time of trials and tribulations, not a time to sit there and become complacent and act like this is it. You're going to be stagnant and sit here. Okay, really? When there's so much to learn, we never stop learning. Learning is amazing. It's a gift. It's a gift from God. And I know whether you're gifted or not. You know how the people of the world say, oh, this is a gifted child. Well, guess what? I know whether you're gifted. Shoot. I can tell whether you know God or not. You're going to speak a certain way. People always call me different things. They calling you that? I have people that know I have an associate. I have people who love. Anyway, I have people who have odd stories. And I'm able to take those things because you would judge. And I know what type of world we live in. And it's not a world of who doing what. It's a world of who gonna do what together. And with that being said, honey, listen, follow you, girl. Anyway, so let me tell you, honey, he liked me. I didn't see it. I didn't know that she was, not in this boy's life. This girl literally got pissed off with your girl and took me outside. I stayed outside. Why? Because I stayed up all night talking to him. Nothing derogatory. God is my witness. Nothing wrong. The only thing that I might have done that was wrong was I sat on the bed and it was in the bed, but it was one of those older houses where you go it through the house and it's a big area. Maybe that's a laundry room, and so that area, because he was living with her sister who she took on and adopted, so that area, it was just two rooms. It was two doors. I mean, it was two walkways, one straight through the other, and it's like a hall. And I promise you, the doors was open, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody, I mean, that boy's a kid. If you know anything about your girl, honey, she needs a dude that knows how. Honey, if God ain't sent you, bro, you ain't nobody. Okay, to me, I'm just saying, everybody is everybody. But as far as you to be in the bed with me, to sit down, I've journeyed through so many things, and I cannot understand them and begin to understand what makes a person feel like they have so much clout when they don't even know how to be. But I guess they would, use money and, sex and name brand and hair and different things to compensate. That's what the small does. But anyway, honey, listen, follow your girl. So that was the only thing I did. I got up that morning, you guys. I'm feeling good. And if you know anything about your girl, honey, I'm always there for love. I'm always there for a good talk. I can't even tell you what all we talked about, but everything that we talked about, I just know that he was listening, and I love to listen to, I love to be around a studious person. I love it. And usually children and animals are they're like the purest thing on earth, and they also are the most resilient. Just see how much they go through because you won't make up your mind. Yeah. Anyway, and then you still continue to bring children in the world and then have the nerve to talk. But I'll just keep on letting you do what you do. Just follow your girl, honey. She's going to learn to tell you about you. And with that being said, hey, listen. So, child, I ain't know. Oh, girl was feeling some kind of way, honey. She was hot. But, I ain't know that because, I thought she was just a good girl. So she played me for a week. She literally played me for a week. She had everybody in the house, for a week. Actually, she took me outside. And when she took me outside, she just started going in on me. And I'm like, I don't even understand what's going on right now. And I'm asking her, like, what's going on? Why are we doing this? I'm like, you brought me all the way here to be mean to me? I'm like, all the way across state line? I'm living all the way down here in the South, and you're going to bring me up past states to be mean to me? To treat me like a second-hand citizen? I mean, really? All over because you and your son don't have a relationship? Because I promise y'all, I did nothing. Now, what I loved about this, and this is because I went up there and she felt comfortable in such a short time that she felt that I was worthy enough to kick it with her family. That's why your girl Goddess Truth knows when she around some good people, because good people release themselves. That's Catholic. We are not supposed to keep everything embedded in us. We're not supposed to. What people teach you, I already know that. I don't have to read a book. I'm just being honest with you. That's just my gift with God. That's intuition. And that's just something that He blessed me with. So you have to figure out what you need, but I'm able to come to you and give you things that I don't know much about. I don't have to go and read behind somebody else's story because I see everybody's story is the same. It's just a different person telling the story. Yeah, it's repetitive and it's getting boring. Did you see that, honey? Listen, have you noticed that? Follow your girl. So I mean, she crazy talking like a mug, and you know Aquarius, they gonna stay up all night, and you know me, honey, that's what I do. So anyway, I didn't know, I had no idea that she was feeling some kind of way because I was up with him, but I didn't know she couldn't say what I did. She just was being mean to me. And I'm like, wait a minute. And some just was like, what do you want to fight me? So what do you want to fight me just out of nowhere? And that's how I know, God is amazing because those are not even the words that your girl is so mean sometimes. She real combative. I'm real combative, but I ain't a talkative person, and you can't tell that now. But whenever I get ready to show myself, they will tell you that anyway. So, as I was saying, what I loved about this is that she felt that I was worthy enough to take me across state line. That's amazing to meet her family. Beautiful. We shared common interests. We had a awesome and true connection. It was a genuine friendship. And I did learn some things. And what I disliked about it is, this is what I learned, is that they were sweet and it came off genuine. But it stopped being genuine because of distrust was into place, jealousy, and hateful. So that taught me, somebody said, oh, that was a big mistake. Or somebody said, that's a punishment. God don't punish you. Don't be so quick to be putting words on God, because he pays attention to this. And the word is petty, and he is petty. Jesus is meek, mild. He's all those things. God is, yeah, you, me, and everybody else all build up in that one emotion. Oh, follow your girl. Honey, listen. Anyway, and yeah, he about to show y'all something. So anyway, honey, listen. So, it was just that what I learned from it, it also taught me to be observant. I was more aware of my surrounding and people. That's why I learned that because I had to be aware of what was around me. In order to have any successful relationship, you have to be conscientious about the other person. You have to be prepared to compromise. If this is not what you can do here on this earth, that's what it taught me, that you can't do anything with me in the heavens. Yes, honey, listen, I'm not, I don't do things that are not godly. So that means you're not worthy enough to kick it where I'm going. So I have to tell you that. I have to be a big girl and say, child, who told you your crumb snatching ass going anywhere with me and you can't even take care of your child? You can't even sit down and have a conversation with your child. You can't sit down and have a dinner with your child. See, me and the angels and God and Jesus, see, we eat bread. We'll break bread together. See, that's what we do here. We break bread together. So you don't break bread together. You break bread in your living room, dining room. Husband and wife, they don't even eat together. And you want me to listen to you. Interesting. So yeah, that's what it taught me. That you're not credible. And that's why I don't listen to everybody. Because everybody's not worth listening to. Ooh, that sounds bad. Honey, listen. This is Scottish truth. Story time. Yay. Just telling you my truth. Just telling you our truth. Thank you, Jesus. I'm just telling you our truth. This is our truth, and this is how we kick it, and allow me to introduce you to how we kick it. So he tells me about you, and the devil does too. How about that? Did you know that? Did you know he has just as much clout? Yeah, you have to have clout. My daughter told me about the song today, clout. You have to have that. But don't be trying to get the clout from just anybody, honey. Just having it from anybody. Please, and everybody that you want following you ain't worth following. Everybody you want, everybody like everything you want, it's just not worthy of that. You got to make sure that it's worth that. Some people are just not worthy of certain things, not even your attention, because their minds are double-minded. Their minds are, God is so good, everything about him is right. He made sure you understand that everything about him is right. The right side of your ear. You got to turn to the right. You put your battery in, positive. You put the negative is the left. Come on, y'all. God is steady flashing and putting it in your face, and you won't even look at him. You steady shy away from him. You see every instance you see God and the devil in it. But yet and still, you see the good and you see the bad. That's God. That's the devil. But yet and still, we still stupid. I just don't get that. And I'm just going to be real with you. Because that's what God is true do. Shut me up. I want to see you. Because we want to see what The Lord will do, right? Right. You trust him, don't you? Well, I do. Let's see. Let's see what about those affirmations that people speak about. Interesting. Follow your girl. Hey, listen. So it caused me to always be prepared, because you never know what the next move is. It showed me that somebody that you thought was amazing, that you thought was wonderful, would consider themselves ready to jump on you and literally ready to fight you and took you away so they can dust you off and take you back in the house. That is the person that you work with. That is the person that you sleep next to. This is the person. This is why you have all these people. One of my favorite channels is ID. Yes, follow your girl. I'm Aquarius. Yes. I like truth. I love truth. Truth. That's the closest that I'm gonna get to truth on here. Is real life. It's a piece of somebody's life. I like to have a bit of truth. So anyway, anything outside of that, I feel like I'm being cheated. That's how I can tell you who feels worthy of what. Because I don't like to be cheated. I mean, I'm Aquarius, queen of kings, you know what I'm saying? Follow your girl. Hey, listen. She loves herself. She's crazy about herself. I can tell that you're not. Okay, anyway. Follow your girl. Hey, listen. So, because of that, it caused me each instance, each thing, each story, each part of my journey, it always brought me back to the man. It always took me back to God. And that's why I can tell you, he is real and real is him. And if you continue to call your conscience anything outside of who it is, then there's something wrong with you. And that's why I lead you, if you want to check out my video, A World of Maniacs, because that's where I feel like I live. Because no matter how often he shows you who he is, he shows you the good side of his plot twist, then the bad part of the plot or twist, whatever it is. You hear it, you see it, but yet we still don't. And that's what makes me feel like something's wrong. You're so selfish that you can't get outside. It showed me a selfish person. It showed me a lying person. It showed me jealousy. It showed me hate. It showed me who God was. And it showed me that he's not hateful. He gives me, I can give you a list of how good, you know what I worry about? When you get talking to my homegirl and she tells you about how fabulous our lives are and how cohesive we are and how in sync we are together, she will be there to tell you that, listen, honey, your girl, she sits there and talks about her siblings all day. And God, because I know that people don't want to be right. And then I learned that your left side, look it up, left side of your brain. If you think on the left side of your brain, if you are a troublemaker, if you nag, if you cause issues, whose side is that? The devil. This stuff is not. God is transparent. You're gonna let them show you a carbon copy, and then that doesn't affect God. It doesn't reference you. It doesn't reference me. It doesn't reference other things. You can see straight through people. You can't see because you don't want to see. And let's just say that you like being where you are. And if that's the case, I would like to hear you tell the Lord that. Let's see how things change for you. You go ahead and do that because you'll continue to use him. That's what life has shown me. My journey showed me that people use God every day, and it's an offense. It's an assault against his character. And you, my friend, have met someone that's aggravated to the infinitive power because you're not right. And I will give you every word that he allows me to give you because that's what we do. I enjoy them. I love them. I have a high admiration for them. They are me. I am them. They are my life. And I know that that's my life. I mean, that they are my life. And that's how we need it. And I know that you're my life. And I know in order to keep my lifeline going, I need to share with you. And if you don't feel like you need it, then you're no good for this. I don't expect you to kick it and hang around anyway. I said from the very beginning that this ain't for everybody. So if you don't catch it, it's because it's not for you. You're not worthy. And now you're looking up that double-minded stuff and that left brain thing. Also look up 7-year tribulation. I assure you, you'll be left right here with that. And with that being said, honey, listen, follow your girl. This is story time, and I titled this Across State Line because that hook booger took me across state line. And yes, she was foul, but guess what? It taught me something and brought me here. It brought me to be able to tell you who God is, where he stands, where he lies, and where you're able to get involved and know him. And if you want to know him, guess what? You have the internet, it's open, light speed, no excuses, because I assure you, he's not going to take any. And with that being said, honey, listen, this is your girl, Goddess Chu. Honey, listen, follow your girl. And she is what? She is what? She is what? Y'all be beautiful. Have a great week. I am out.